100 foot of 5/8 soft wash hose on your 18-inch electric reel with your half-inch ball valve. One of the things we talked about is grab your rag when your wet rag, with the glove or not, and when you reel it up, use your rag to clean off the hose as you reel it. Also prevents friction from burning through your glove or burning your hand. You got your can't even think. We got your connection to your reel right here. You got your electric reels, electric switch. You have any issues, you can bypass the solenoid with the screwdriver right there, and that will tell you if this switch isn't working and you bypass it and this works, likely the solenoid's bad. They're anywhere from 17 to 25 bucks. I think an actual Hannay one is like 32. Got your 200 feet of one wire pressure hose with your ball valve on it. And you got your whip line right here. Got your 3/4 inch 100 feet of Flexzilla hose with your 1-inch Tiger Flex back here. Got your 22 gallon Void welding fuel tank with your mechanical gauge back there. So if you're going to hop up, your rollover vent valve, your fill. Got your two 55-gallon chemical tanks. You got your 7-gallon soap tank. You got your 200-gallon buffer tank in the back. We got our remote valve system here. It's got a 1-inch 3-way ball valve right here. So when it's on and it's flashing, you're getting SH and you're pulling soap. When it's off, you're actually going to pull water through here and flush your chem line. So it actually pulls water and flushes this whole system. And it's got a solenoid for the soap that's individual. So right now it's off. It'll be flashing when it's on. We got your metering valves here for your SH. So right there is off. This is all the way on. So at a 5, you would be at about 3%. Normal house wash, you want to be at about a 2. You got your soap. If you need soap at all, be at about at a half. Water stays on all the time. We got our drain valve. We're draining here for your road trip. We got our 10-gallon minute IGX 800 with a performance air filter and an Udor 3820 pump on it. 1.5-inch line for the fill, the supply line. Half-inch whip lines going to your ZK1 unloader. Here is our bleach fill system right here. So if your bleach supplier or your personal one, you run a 1-inch hose. Even a 12 volt, you convert it up to a 1-inch. Get a cam lock. You just fill up, open your ball valve. This ball valve determines which tank you're going to. Right there. We got this where she's tucked away, but you can draw up and fill. This is your AR-45. Got your hour meter installed on the AR-45. We've got your PEX line, your three-quarter inch PEX line. This handle always stays on, so you have flow. This is your poly diaphragm, your gauge. We've got it set to operate around 180 psi on the trigger, 250 off. If you need to dial it down to get less flow, like you're doing a roof or something, and you're on the roof and you don't need to flood it, you can dial it down to 100 psi with this. There's a plus or minus on top. Also, starting it, we always teach everybody to be on the trigger when you're starting and stopping it. If you look at the AR manual, this is in function, this is in bypass. So if you have the need to stop it or start it and you're not near the trigger and there's a problem, you can put it in bypass and you can start it and stop it in bypass. So you have either way. We like to train our crews to always be on the trigger. We find it's a lot easier to not have this in the wrong. Pulling the trigger is pretty foolproof. I expect that somebody's going to make a mistake with that and blow a seal. If you do start this and stop this not being on the trigger, you will create a pressure spike. It will find a weak point in here. It will create leaks. That's what people don't understand with these systems is they have to be operated correctly or you will have a problem. So you have your gearbox here. You have your pump here. Non-detergent pump oil. Gearbox 8090 oil. This one is Shell 5-weight 30 oil for the engine. You got your oil filter here. Gearbox, same thing, 8090 oil, non-detergent pump oil here. And we got vents on top of your tanks. We also have them teed. One thing I want to show you. So when you tee your tank to draw chemicals through them, whether it's SH or whatever, the tee's right there. Occasionally an air bubble can form in there. When I say occasionally, we've seen it once in about 6 months. Just get up in there and raise the tee, open your SH all the way, pull the trigger, let it draw through. You'll be good to go. And your battery charging system. Right there. So you see that plug? That's your NOCO. You just plug right into your NOCO right there. Your NOCO is a trickle charger for your deep cycle battery. Takes about anywhere from 14 to 18 hours. Right here's your fuse box for all your reels. We have 30 amp fuses in there. If you blow a fuse, you can put it in there. And this in this box is your ground force floater. It's a 24-inch surface cleaner, works great with a 10 gallon a minute. And see, I think we're good. This is your 1-inch drain line, all buttoned up nice and neat. There you go.